Warning right now, both tornado warnings actually, there for Livingston County until 2:15, the corner edge of Livingston County and McLean County as well. You can see the roads right there, the road network, but that area of rotation right there where the green and the red meet, that's where we're watching right now. Notice temperatures tonight get back into the 20s, but they start to really warm up later in the evening hours. So we go from our lows not being in the early morning hours, but being in, well, the early evening hours. Stays to the north for a while. We're still seeing the winds from the south. We're on the warm side of the system. That means we're going to see multiple chances of just hot conditions here going from Sunday even into Monday. That boundary starts to sink a little bit. And might see a few isolated showers possible on Monday, but more of a 10% chance. A better chance for rainfall comes later on in the forecast here. 23 degrees above average there in Cincinnati, even 26 in St. Louis, 20 in Peoria. So it is going to be warm while you're opening up presents or getting ready for breakfast on Christmas morning.
Tune in tonight at 10 over on our sister station WMBD for this week's Open for Business.
So I'm staying away from Shelby after seeing that video. Looking back at our forecast, though, we're seeing that high pressure move away. Using the latest data collected over years of research, they've come up with a model that is on display here with the latest ideas of what T-Rex may have looked like. You can notice that we have our genes right here already flat as a board. One that many people don't think about, but is one of the deadliest forms of severe weather too, along with the lightning and hail too. It's always the forefront. People think tornadoes, which it is tornado season, but flooding can happen not just in spring as well as fall, but almost any time of year, and it causes a lot more casualties too. So that's one we really have to watch out for as well.
I think my favorite creature is the vampire squid from hell.
That's an awesome name for a creature. And you know, what are you hoping that guests get out of this exhibit once they walk through?
Well, with everything we do here at the museum, we're hoping to inspire a sense of people wanting to learn more.
And welcome back. Taking a look outside for tonight. Temperatures in the 60s here across the region, the lower 60s to middle 60s here across the entire region. We'll see mostly clear conditions for tonight, but we'll see a few more clouds for tomorrow during the day. Notice that we have a partly cloudy to mostly clear conditions depending on where you're at in central Illinois, but the rain stays at bay away from us. Another dry day here across the entire region. Highs for tomorrow, well, similar to what we saw for today. 85 in Peoria, 83 in Bloomington Normal, and 81 as you go into Lincoln. So overall, not really a warm-up. We'll see the warm-up later on in the 7-day forecast. The surface map showing that we have a cold front approaching from the west into Iowa and moving in by the time we get into Monday. And that presents the chance for shower and thunderstorm activity. Depending on when it moves in, it'll dictate when we will see our chances for storms, but it all depends on the timing of that cold front, where it's placed during the day. But everyone in the central Illinois, even all the way up into parts of Indiana, has a chance of seeing shower and thunderstorm activity, though. And temperatures warming up. That cold front doesn't do too much. In fact, we stay in the 90s for the next couple of days, 96 by the time we get to Thursday, and even by 98 by the time we get towards the end of our 7-day forecast. It's going to be hot, hot, hot. We're seeing a heat dome start to really come back into the forecast here. And what is a heat dome? Well, really we have this area of high pressure, and as that warm air sinks and compresses and warms and dries, temperatures continue to get hotter and hotter and hotter here. So acting like a big area of just hot air just sitting over Illinois and even a good chunk of the rest of the Midwest as well. And it's going to stay that way for the next couple of days beyond when it first starts to form. High temperatures by the time we get to Thursday, 96 degrees in Peoria, but 100 as you go into the plains, places like OKC, all the way out to Wichita, and even out towards Omaha as well. Beyond the 7-day forecast, still very hot here as well. So if you like the heat, it's staying on beyond our 7-day forecast, but drier conditions are coming back as well, and we really don't need that here. We've already seen a pretty dry summer overall so far here across the entire middle of Illinois. So what to expect for the next couple of days. The 7-day forecast showing we have storm chances on Monday. Our best chance for seeing storm chances in the 7-day forecast. By Tuesday, lots of sunshine, but that cold front really doesn't do much.
Meteorologist Adam Sherwinski shows us how Lincoln's National Weather Service office launches its balloons.
Twice a day, meteorologists like Mike Albano launch weather balloons at National Weather Service offices around the United States.
And we like to do that twice a day so that the forecasts are up to date and it's the latest and greatest information, because a lot of these upper atmospheric disturbances that come through, I mean, they'll move through at maybe 150 to 200 miles an hour, and so these move through the atmosphere pretty quickly within that 12 hours. So every 12 hours, we want to make sure that we're sampling the latest and greatest from above.
While weather maps show rain and clouds on more of a 2D plane, weather balloons allow meteorologists to see the weather vertically.
Each level of the atmosphere has something to offer us for our forecast analysis. Each layer of the atmosphere will give us just a little bit more information that we can then make a more accurate forecast.
Before the launch, the pieces for the weather balloon must be assembled.
It's about a 40-minute process to get all this equipment set up before we release it into the air.
While the latex balloon is filling up with gas, Albano sets up the instrumentation and attaches the parachute, all with simple string.
It's called a radiosonde, and again, it's got a temperature boom, a humidity sensor, and it also collects the pressure that allows us to track it through GPS in the atmosphere. From that, we get our wind speed and direction.
And now, the radiosonde and the balloon are ready to fly. Collected data not only helps them at the local office, but meteorologists across the country.
That information is immediately sent to our computer modeling centers, and they'll do some analysis to make sure it's a good set of data, put it into the models, and then can use that information to run our computer models so we can forecast out into the future.
In Lincoln, meteorologist Adam Sherwinski, WMBD News.